Hi, I'm Graham Standish. I'm the Executive Director of Samaritan Counseling, Guidance, and Consulting. And I'm here today for two things. Number one, I want to say thank you to you for just all the ways that you have helped Samaritan in the past. You have been a huge part of the growth of Samaritan and the life of Samaritan. But I'm also talking to you today because I want to talk to you about giving to our SOAR campaign, our Samaritan outreach and revitalization campaign. You may already know this, but Samaritan began in 1982 with one therapist in a small office in Beaver, Pennsylvania. And it has grown today to be a place that offers therapy across 6 counties, in 10 offices throughout Western Pennsylvania. And we have 14 therapists who are among the best therapists in all of Western Pennsylvania. And it's your generosity that has helped us to get there. Because you know that Samaritan is unique. We are unique because we are a place that offers the highest quality therapy, but we also offer faith-based, spiritually integrated therapy. And what that means is that we are a place that really respects where everybody comes from spiritually, regardless of denomination, regardless of faith, regardless of belief. And we really believe that we embody the best of the Good Samaritan story. You know that story, the story of the man who came down and saw someone wounded and reached down and tended to that person's wounds. Didn't ask where that person came from, didn't ask whether they deserved help. Didn't even ask, am I the best person to give it to you? They were willing to tend to that person's wounds. And that's at the center of what we do at Samaritan. We are healers who heal the wounded no matter who they are or where they are. And that's why we're coming to you for this capital campaign. We serve already in many suburban areas, although over the past few years we've been reaching out into more outlying areas. And what we've discovered is that in the outlying areas, mental health services, especially really high quality mental health services, they've been shrinking because for-profit companies, mental health companies, they can't make a profit in those areas, and so they're pulling back. But because we are a nonprofit that is guided by our mission to care and to have compassion, we're willing to move into those areas. But we need your help. We've adapted to the COVID-19 situation by offering teletherapy, and it's allowed us to move into areas through that we've not been able to move fully into. But we also know when this is over, we are called to move into areas around Western Pennsylvania where mental health facilities, mental health treatment has really declined. And we want to step in and make a difference. And so we're asking you to help us because there's a high cost of moving into those areas. The high cost is in not only finding the therapists and training the therapists for those areas, but to also pay for them as they develop a practice and become known in those communities. And so we are in the process over the course of the next year of trying to raise $300,000 so that we can hire 5 new full-time therapists to move into areas that are underserved. Because in the end, it's all about caring. That's the reason why we're doing this. We are trying to make a difference in places where people are hurting, but they're unknown, they're hidden. You know, I chose this backdrop right here to be a place to talk to you about it because it is the kind of area that we want to move into. And as you've seen cars go by, the cars going by, I mean, they look like they have people there who are just living their life. But what you don't know is that that person driving by right now may be a person who's struggling and may be having a hard time finding effective and caring and compassionate treatment that treats them not just as a mind, but also treats them as a person and treats them as a spirit. In the end, our mission is about caring, and we are reaching out to you because we know that in the past, you have been a person of compassionate generosity. You have been the person of imagination who's been able to recognize that people are hurting and need help. And so we are asking you to prayerfully consider contributing to our campaign, and to do so with a generous spirit, because without your generosity, we can't do this. I'll be making another video next week to talk more about what you can do. But until then, I'm simply going to ask you to do one thing. Spend time in prayer and ask the question of God. Am I called to give to this campaign? And how is God calling me to give? And I want to bless you, and I want to thank you for your time in reviewing this video.